Hello to all of you out there watching this. This is a very exciting time for the St. Peter and Paul Cemetery in Naperville. My name is Carolyn Finzer. I am 74 years old, and my family has been in Naperville for 5 generations. My grandpa Art Miller was one of two masons that constructed this beautiful grotto behind me. And he was a stone mason throughout the area and would get much of his supply material from the Lockport and Lemont quarries, not far from here. At one time, these quarries were immersed in water. They were a Silurian sea full of ancient, early aquatic forms that would make us think of Genesis from the Bible, where all of these things were teeming in the water. Well, now they are fossilized, and the stones within this grotto each contain components of this Silurian sea. So we're here now to focus in on the structure of the grotto, the facade of the grotto. It has an alcove that is reminiscent of a cave. In the original Lourdes in France, Bernadette encountered the Virgin in a stone cave. So this was created by the artists who built it to house an altar so that a mass, an outdoor field mass we call it, could have been held here. Each stone in the grotto is a one of a kind. They are filled with fossils of organic creatures that filled that Silurian sea long ago, where the Lockport quarries then would eventually rise up as a business. But if you look at them closely, you will see these worm-like tubular, some are broken off. There are little fragments of what appear to be shells in there from early mollusks and things. And the globular nature that you see up here indicates that at one time there may have been a volcanic activity that flowed through here, and then these solidified. A company in Chicago named Marion Restoration, Mario, their owner, came out and assessed what needed to be done here at the grotto. And while we were discussing it all, he said there are metal armatures that go within the two arcs that are directly beneath the Virgin Mary. The rear door that you're seeing here is a storage chamber. The altar and other assorted pieces of equipment are kept in there. And you'll notice above it that there is a vertical stone, and we're wondering if at one time this may have been a crucifix with part of it broken off at this point. We're unsure. We have looked through the parish archives to try to find an early photo of the grotto, and as yet there's nothing that has popped up. But that is something that the Marian Restoration Company is going to consider when they begin their work on restoring it. We're now at the rear side of the domed alcove. Originally, this was all shingled with thin pieces of what we would call flagstone. The entire dome was covered, but because of people jumping on it, running over it, and playing on it, these stones have all loosened over the years, and for the most part, they're gone. You can see here plant matter is starting to grow, as it will in crevices where there's a little bit of sediment, just a little bit of soil. These things will grow there. We have trees right here, little bushes that are starting to. So, and here's moss. Moss is very velvety. It's very attractive, but it can pull at the mortar joints. So these are all things that Marian Restoration is going to correct, and they're going to literally transform the grotto into a brand new looking piece of history here at the parish and for Naperville and for Illinois.